Hey guys, this is Mike from BTech Reviews here, and today we take a look at and unbox the TCL 20 Pro 5G. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So another unboxing video, and again this is another TCL product that was sent to me recently. Again, shout out to TCL Mobile or TCL Global USA, whatever you want to call it, right, for sending me these out. Again, they've been sending me stuff since last year, so I really wanted to give TCL a big shout out for liking my YouTube channel enough to send me their products. So again, today we're going to take a look at the 20 Pro 5G, which is pretty much their latest flagship device in their TCL series of phones. And first of all, I just want to take a look. I just want to show you guys the box here because the box is super fancy. Pretty plain all the way around, though. It does not really have any specs or features, but if you look at it closely, it does have like a little bit of shininess here, and just like the corners has like a little thing for shooting portraits, you know what I mean? It's basically the same thing that you would see like in their camera app, etc., like that. So let's go ahead and get this unboxed here. Again, I already took these out, so now I just got to get the actual phone out of the box here, which might be a little hard. Oh, you know what, there's specs on the bottom. Here you go. Okay, actually no, it's just giving me the model. So again, this is the marine blue version, which is, I believe, the most famous version of this actual phone, the most famous version. And again, one thing about sometimes about these unboxings are they're a little difficult to get out of the actual box here. In this case, definitely not as easy as some of the other unboxings that I've had in the past. But anyway, I'll go ahead and put that there. And here's the actual device. So just a few things about the device that you guys should know about. The screen size is about a 6.6 inch screen, almost 6.7. And right out of the box, I can tell you that the phone feels very nice and sleek. I'm going to put this sleeve to the side, and let's take a look here. And I'm going to tell you one thing. This is probably one of the nicer, or one of the nicest phones I've actually held in hand. And just looking at the glass, or the body, the feel of it feels amazing. By the way, let's look at those camera sensors over there. You got a quad camera setup with, it looks like a dual LED flash, and it just looks great. You got TCL's logoing on the bottom. This is going to be a phone where it's going to be very hard for me to not want to get a case for. Hopefully it comes with a clear plastic case here. Has somewhat of a curved screen here on the side. Probably not as prevalent as last year's design. Over here, let's take a look at the side again. You have volume rockers on top. Below it, you have a power button that looks like it's pretty much it's got like a marking in red. There we go. Let's see if we have a headphone jack. We do have a headphone jack. Wow, okay, we have a headphone jack. I'm not sure what this one does exactly. It might be, I'll have to look into that. Noise canceling microphone, of course, over here. I'm trying to figure out what this one is. That one, of course, is your 3.5mm headphone jack. Up here might be a shortcut button or a dedicated button to Google Assistant. On the bottom here, you can see that it does have only a single speaker. You do have your SIM card tray, and of course the USB Type-C. And again, wow, this phone's just very nice. It's a very nice feeling in the hand. I'm going to tell you guys that much. And again, a few more specs before I go ahead and get. Oh, you know what? Let's go ahead and get this started up. Let's see if it has a charge first of all. We might have to charge it. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. There we go, it turned on. So while that's turning on, I am gonna get this set up in a few minutes here. Let's go over some more specs. So again, this phone, it says it was released April of 2021, but I believe it's already August. No, this phone just came out not too long ago, maybe about a month and a half, 2 months ago max maybe. And again, I've worked with the TCL 20 SE, but this is pretty much their flagship version of the device, which this device retails for $499. And again, the screen, I can tell you right now, it's a beautiful screen. It's an AMOLED HDR10 screen. It's got a 420 nits of brightness, 6.7 inch display. Again, 1080p by 2400 pixels. So again, you're not going to get like a 4K display or anything like that. Running out of the box would be Android 11, which is the UI for this, which has TCL UI. And one thing I can say right from the get-go is TCL's UI is actually not bad at all. It's relatively, it's a light skin compared to like Samsung's or even LG's, for instance. I really like it. I really feel like it does not hinder the performance of the actual device itself. and you know, a lot of people might prefer the stock or vanilla Android experience, but I really enjoy this one. So let's just talk about the camera real quick before we get this set up here. Again, the quad camera, it's a 48 megapixel main sensor, right? It's got a wide angle lens as well, 16 megapixel ultra wide, 2 megapixel macro, and 2 megapixel like a depth camera. I can't even say that correct, right? But again, it's going to be for those detailed shots or those close-ups, or even, you know, for those zoom ins as well, right? You know, the front facing camera is a 32 megapixel, which it's very hard to see, but it's going to be right there in the center. It really depends on the person if you guys prefer it in the center or in the corner. I'm kind of leaning towards the corner for me on a lot of other devices that I've used, specifically devices like the Pixel, you know, 4A and 5A devices, but that's just me. Again, very nice looking phone. And just to read out again a little more specs here, it does have a 4500 milliamp battery, so even though the screen is big, you know, you might not get a full day's worth of it, you know, might not get a full day's worth of battery life, just because again the screen size is just so huge. But again, 4500 milliamp battery should be very good for most people, you know, people that are just using phones for, you know, average things like checking, you know, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, etc. like that, you know. Now if you're gonna game heavily on a device like this, then you might lose battery power quickly. You might have to charge it, you know, on occasion, but for the most part, I think a lot of people probably won't complain. The cool part about this phone also is it does have a micro USB attachment to it, or you can add a micro SD card slot to that. Excuse me for the confusion there, but again, it's gonna get the job done. So let's go ahead and get this device set up, and you'll go from there, guys. All right, so while the phone is getting set up here, and I already kind of got it set up already, or it's almost there, I'm gonna go ahead and just take a look at what's inside the box really quick, guys. Again, pretty typical, right? It looks like it comes with a fast charging brick, a USB Type-C cable, which, let me take a look at this. It's a pretty big cable, by the way. Let me see if it's USB-A to USB Type-C, or it might be USB-C to USB-C. We'll see. I've been noticing a pretty big trend of USB-C to C, but nope, this is Type-A to Type-C cable, which there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, for the most part, you know, I've been seeing a bigger trend of, you know, these power bricks just using Type-C now, but I prefer USB-A just because, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and check this out really quick. It looks like it did come with a little plastic case, so wow, pretty cool. Hold on, let's go ahead and pop this out. I think the SIM card removal tool is there as well. So it does come with a plastic case, which I will probably put on just because I can tell you right away that this device is very slippery in the hand, or at least to me, it is kind of slippery. So I'm gonna go ahead and put all this stuff back really quick, guys, and we'll go ahead and continue the setup here on the actual device itself, which again, super impressed already by the device, just holding it right now. It says choose your dominant hand. I am left-handed, so I am going to choose left hand. And of course, TCL is famous for their Next Vision here, which again, pretty much optimizes the way the screen looks when you're looking at things, you know. So it's going to already enable image enhancement and video game enhancement as well. So if you're gaming on this, it's going to look even better with this. So home screen only, home screen and drawer. So I usually prefer the app drawer. Usually it'll ask you, hey, if you want to use the app drawer or just have home screen only, right? I'm going to just keep it the way that it is, like that. There's TCL style classic or default on the lock screen, which it's asking you, and I kind of like it sometimes, or you can use classic. I'll just go with the default for now. You could always change that later on. So we'll go ahead and finish the setup now. It says please click and press agree. Okay, I'm gonna agree. I'm gonna skip TCL user improvement experience for now. And right now I can tell you, first of all, that just looking at the actual screen right now, this is one of the most clear, crisp screens I have ever used on an Android device. And don't get me wrong, like, I'm sure there are other devices out there with nicer screens, right? I know Samsung has screens probably way nicer than this, but this is just super nice, by the way. Just right out of the gate. So, and I can feel that the phone is super snappy. So right out of the box, let me go back to specs really quick for you guys. Again, this is running a Snapdragon 750G processor, which allows this phone to be a 5G phone. It has an octa-core processor as well, I believe clocked at 2 gigahertz, if I'm not correct on that. But again, someone else, if you want to, correct me in the comment section down below. An Adreno 619 GPU, so I'm definitely gonna have to test out gaming on this bad boy. It's already feeling fast, you know what I mean? And again, you know, drop down menu bar, it's running Android 11 out of the box. Let's go ahead and check that out really quick. Again, you can kind of see here that it is snappy, and I'm probably gonna need to do a system update also. So let's see if there's any updates out of the box. Check for updates really quick. Your system is up to date, so it looks like it's up to date, so that's okay. I mean, I know TCL is pretty good about sending out updates, or at least security updates. Update apps, about the phone. Oh, you know, oh, that's what I forgot to click. About the phone. This is one thing that I love about TCL phones, by the way, is that when you put the about phone, it gives you all the information about the phone. It tells you the display, it gives you the camera information, the storage. This one comes with 256 gigs of internal memory, and it comes with 6 gigs of usable RAM. It's running that Snapdragon 750G processor, running TCL's UI version 3.0, so that's why it has the 3 on it. And again, 4500 milliamp battery, everything that I've already told you guys prior to this, and then the specific model, build number, etc. like that. So build number 1. So and I love that it's already on dark mode, by the way, but I guess it's because I did transfer, I basically did a transfer from my Google device or another Android device to this one, so that it already has stuff like set up the way I want it to. So dark mode is there already. And I like how it has brightness level for dark mode as well. It says dark light mode brightness, so I can actually lower that, although I'm going to leave it the way it is, I guess. I do want to change the font size or the display size, just because, again, I am a little blind. I usually put it like, that one looks pretty okay, but I'm actually going to probably put it to the second to longest there, just for the heck of it, because, again, I am blind. Screen edge, default recommended, narrow blocked zone. Let's look at that. So I'm not sure what that does exactly. Narrowing block zone may cause unintended touches. So that might be something for people that are accidentally touching the side of the screen. And then there's a wide block zone. So again, if you try to touch the edge there, it won't allow you to mess around, especially on specific apps that are very sensitive. You know what I mean? Right now, I'll leave it on the default for now, but I know that I had issues with this with the TCL 10. Again, the TCL 10 Pro, which that one to me had a slightly bigger curve on the front of the screen. So on that one, we'll just leave it like that for now. Status bar and notch, I love how it gives you this. Show network speeds. Let's go ahead and show battery percentage next to battery icon, just because I always like to see the battery percentage up there. And again, guys, really right now, again, I'll mess with the notch and all that later, but just as is, man, this phone feels super snappy. Again, running that Snapdragon 750G processor. I'm going to end up changing the background to a Naruto background. You guys already know if you follow my channel. Look at that. I like how it has like a lock screen. Let's check out the fingerprint sensor, because it does have an in-screen fingerprint sensor, and I was not a fan of it on the TCL 10 Pro. And again, this one seems a lot better, though, I'll tell you that much. I mean, it seems a lot quicker. This one does also have face unlock. So face unlock seems to work pretty quick. I already have that set up as well. So again, I'm just swiping up. That's with the facial recognition as is. But again, if you want to use the fingerprint sensor, again, that goes back. It's pretty snappy. I'm not gonna lie. I would say it's probably like 5 to 10 times better than the original fingerprint sensor on the 10 Pro. And again, I'm gonna have to test this out thoroughly, right? Especially with the cameras. But going back to the little sleek plastic case that they sent with this, it's a nice little case. It's just a clear plastic case, and I'm pretty sure you guys are allowed to, or they're making cases for this, or they're already making cases for this, but even with the case, the phone looks pretty nice, you know what I mean? And again, this is not going to fully protect the actual device, you know, from big falls. You know, you still can see the edge of the phone sticking out of this soft, you know, silicone case here. But for the most part, again, I have to say, TCL, I am very impressed with this device. Definitely a step up from the 10 Pro, you know, very similar in some ways, but I can tell right off the gate that this phone is, you know, a lot faster. You know, the software feels like it runs a little bit better than on the 10 Pro. And not to knock on the 10 Pro, I really love the 10 Pro. That was a very solid first device that they actually, you know, decided to release out when they did. But for the most part, again, guys, you know, this is just an unboxing video, so take it with a grain of salt that this, you know, is my opinion on, you know, the actual device itself. Let's go ahead and open up that camera app, and let's see if we can take a picture of something here really quick. We'll take a picture of Eddie Guerrero right here. So hold on, let's take a picture of him really quick. He's the first thing I take a picture of. Allow. So not too bad. Again, I'm gonna have to test this out. I don't know if there's any specific new night modes, but TCL's camera modes have been pretty relatively easy to use, you know what I mean? For the most part, with that 4K, with that sensor in the back, you're probably gonna get 4K video recording as well. So let's take a look here. Let's take a look at the video settings here. There we go. Again, right now it's automatically set to 1080p 16:9 by 30 frames a second, but as you can see here, you can shoot at 4K at 30 frames a second, and that's it. There's no 60K or 60 frames per second as far as that goes. So it is 4K. You can shoot in 4K. That's all you're gonna get. If you want, you can shoot in 1080p at 60 frames. I don't see any other mode that will allow you to shoot in more frame rates. So that's probably gonna be it, unless there's a specific slow motion. You can always check that out. 256 gigs of internal memory should be plenty enough, and it's got video EIS, which again, that's going to help you out when you guys are moving and walking around and trying to you know, take vlog videos, or just, you know, get, you know, some moving shots in general. So that's going to be something pretty interesting to check out. And normally I take a selfie shot, but I'm not wearing a shirt right now. So let's take a look at that wide. Let's take a look. How much does this zoom? It usually zooms about 10x. So 10x is the max. You can see the detail there. Pretty nice. And again, you know, I can zoom back to 1x, 2x, 1x again, 2x, and again, let's just go from there. That's pretty cool though. Again, you know, again, it goes back to using that macro lens there. You know, you got your portrait, super night shot, you know, and of course your pro mode for people that like to tweak with their own settings. Again, you can mess with the ISO, your shutter speed, your EV, your white balance, your autofocus, etc., like that. So not bad. Again, it has a timer. You can change the aspect ratio on top, again, along with that, with the flash as well. So it's got a nice camera setup. I think one of the more impressive things about these devices are the cameras, especially the still photos. I was really a fan of the 10G's video as far as the tracking, because it does have like some sort of movement tracker. So I'm really interested to see how that's going to work out on this device. So again, guys, this is Mike from B-Tech Reviews signing off with the TCL 20 Pro 5G. Super excited to test this device out as well, along with the Pixel 5a 5G. So again, guys, this is Mike from B-Tech Review signing off. Don't forget to smash the like button if you guys like the video. Don't forget to subscribe if you guys want to see more content. And as always, thank you again for watching. We'll see you guys next time.